It turns out that a group of gases that were being relied on to replace ozone-depleting substances in the refrigeration and air conditioning sector is contributing to global warming. Hydrofluorocarbons, or HFCs, are harmless to the ozone layer, but are thousands of times more potent than carbon dioxide. So while alleviating one environmental issue, it is worsening another. National Ozone Officer Keisha Hitmaya says her unit is engaging the refrigeration and air conditioning sector to hasten St. Lucia's transition to natural alternatives altogether. Their latest effort is called the Kigali Implementation Plan, or KIP.
The Kigali Implementation Plan outlines the country's strategy to achieve a 10% reduction in HFC consumption by 2030. And in this plan, we outline several interventions such as training for technicians to strengthen their capabilities to safely use alternative refrigerants, because as we know, some of the replacements for HFCs that are going to be phased down also have some health and safety issues. For example, they are more flammable, and so there are certain measures that technicians need to be aware of in handling those refrigerants. Other activities include strengthening our training institutions. For example, we have two in St. Lucia, the South Louis Community College and the Center for Adolescent Renewal and Education. So in order to review their curriculum and to provide the necessary tools and equipment that the students would need in order to handle refrigerants and technologies safely.
Customs officers will also receive additional training from the National Ozone Unit on a licensing and quota system for HFCs. St. Lucia's KIP was launched in a ceremony on World Ozone Day, September 16. The KIP will run concurrently with the Ozone Unit's Hydrochlorofluorocarbon Phase-Out Management Plan, or HPMP.
Some of the refrigerants that are being used, I mentioned, were ozone-depleting substances. They cause damage to the ozone layer. So currently, St. Lucia is phasing out one group of those substances, hydrochlorofluorocarbons, or HCFCs. The most common one used in St. Lucia is R22 or HCFC22. Under the Montreal Protocol, we have a target to phase out HCFCs by 2030, meaning that after 2030, we should not be importing or using HCFCs in St. Lucia. So under our HCFC phase-out management plan, we have been working towards achieving this target, and currently we have already phased out HCFCs in St. Lucia by more than 78%.
The National Ozone Unit has partnered with the Energy Unit of the Ministry of Infrastructure to explore how the environmental and energy efficiency of natural refrigerants can justify incentivizing importers.
We have been working closely with our importers and our retailers, and through our National Air Condition and Refrigeration Association. So the importers and retailers are aware of our KIP and our HPMP, and they have supported our efforts in the past. One of the main challenges we have with our importers and retailers is availability and accessibility to the alternative technologies in our markets. So for example, we are not seeing a great uptake by our importers of the natural refrigerant technologies, especially in air conditioning. It's widely available for domestic refrigeration purposes and commercial refrigeration, but in terms of air conditioning, it has not been taken up as much as we would want it to. So what we are trying to do at the NOU is to create incentives that will encourage the importers to bring in those technologies to make it more cost effective.
The Kigali Implementation Plan of the National Ozone Unit is a collateral benefit of the Montreal Protocol, the International Ozone Treaty, through its Kigali Amendment. In addition to the KIP launch, World Ozone Day this year was commemorated with the annual Reset Earth Movie and Games Day event for students to learn more about this treaty and the overall effort to phase out ozone depleting and global warming chemicals. For the Department of Sustainable Development, I am Jessie Leonce reporting.